AM, Wood River, St. Louis.
Lucero. Alina Habba is out as interim U.S. Attorney for the District of New Jersey.
A panel of federal judges declined to extend Habba's 120-day limit on Tuesday. They instead used a rarely used power to appoint a new interim U.S. Attorney, Desiree Lee Grace. Habba named Grace as her assistant after President Trump selected her for the position in March. Trump nominated Habba to serve a full term last month, but the Senate has yet to take up a vote. Habba's come under the scrutiny of Democrats, including Newark Mayor Ross Baraka and Congresswoman LaMonica McIver, who she charged in connection with a confrontation at the ICE detention center at Delaney Hall in Newark. I'm Kristen Marks.
The White House is blaming the policies of former President Joe Biden for the shooting of an off-duty Border Patrol officer in New York.
Spokesperson Caroline Levitt says Biden's immigration policies allowed for the suspect to enter the U.S. and roam free.
This tragedy that took place over the weekend at the hands of yet another illegal alien invader who was allowed into our country and released by the Biden administration.
Levitt said it's cases like these that led to Trump's 2024 victory. The officer was shot in the face, but is still expected to survive. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Congressman Thomas Massey says President Trump's threats against him will backfire tremendously.
The president has launched a targeted campaign against the Kentucky congressman who voted against the president's big, beautiful bill and denounced last month's military strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities. According to Massey, his political rivals have spent $1.8 billion to go against him, but efforts have had very little effect. Massey is confident in his campaign, saying, "I am going to prevail." And he added his actions will embolden members of Congress to go with their constituents and not just toe the party line. I'm Chris Caraccio.
AAA reports the national average price for a gallon of gasoline today is $3.40.
I know his daddy is listening right now from Vegas. He's got his tea. He's got his feet kicked up. He's looking at the mountains, and he's listening to Hot Take Central. That's exactly how your morning should go. Matty's going to be in here in probably about 5 minutes, talking all kinds of stuff. Hot Take Central 2.0, powered by the Audi Exchange in Kirkwood. Check that bad boy out right across the street. And by the way, this is the J. Randolph Jr. Studios, and I'm just looking at this. It's the best picture in this whole place. I know you can't see it from that far away, but it's Jay Jr. sucking on toes.
You might be the best I've ever worked with.
Sucking on them toes. You might be the best I've ever worked with is the funniest line ever.
I wonder if we can get borrow rights to that drop and start using it on this show.
We have to find his drops too, by the way. He's got some doozies, man. He really does. Check us out on YouTube. The YouTube chat's already blown up. Just go to Lou Info on YouTube and click the button. All you gotta do is click the button, like, and subscribe too, by the way.
Or if you follow Cam on Twitter, you can just go find the link there.
Or follow me on Twitter, Cam Jansen25. Follow it. Boom, boom.
It is interesting to me that you don't do Cam Jansen 55. I'm just saying.
Well, that was a long time ago. I started that. And maybe 55. I don't like having a number on anything, really. Just put my name in there. You know what I mean? So people know it's you. I don't want to hide from anybody when I give my hot takes out.
By the way, I do want to say it's so convenient that we are one sponsor, but also just so close to the Audi Exchange at Kirkwood. Because by the way, we have breakfast in the studio dropped off by my wonderful girlfriend.
My gosh.
And she has a beautiful Audi, and she gets all the service done at the official dealers and things like that. And so literally, I mean, how easy is this? She's got a service coming up. So literally, I'm just going to take her car, drop it off at Audi Exchange, and then just walk right here to work. And then walk right over there and pick it up. It's so convenient. It's and the Audi Exchange, she's gotten the work done there before. Absolutely kills it every time.
Rachel, I'm giving you a little shout out. Rachel Thompson, thank you. You're a lovely woman. We appreciate that. And I needed that today too, because I'm doing like triple duty today. I'm going to hang out with Joe Fresh after this. And then I got the podcast with Andy because he was in San Diego. And
you guys got on?
Well, we had on Matt Martin last week, who's at almost 1,000 games, and he's working. He's assistant GM for the Islanders now, so he just retired and now he's working for the team, their front office, and he was totally cool, man. Big tough guy. He's married to Boomer Esiason's daughter. Handsome guy, real. I mean, locks all the way down, 6'4", cut up. You know what I mean? Your typical hockey flow. So that's it. We talked about that for a long time ago. How'd you meet her?
So did he grow up in L.A.? Because Boomer's been doing like the shows and stuff out there.
No,
they met. They in college or what?
He creeped her out on Twitter.
Jesus.
I go, Twitter? He goes, oh yeah. I go, you dog, you. I go, what'd you do? He goes, I just messaged her. And I'm thinking to myself, when you're 6'4" and a beautiful man that's been in the league for 20 years, look, you see what I'm saying? And she probably was like, who's this creep? He's got a check mark at the time, probably, whenever you're deserving of a check mark. And she's probably like, what, is this a hockey player? And then she looks at his profile pic, and you're like, yeah, I'll meet up with you. Hi, how are you? Hey, you want to let Matty in, by the way? Yeah, so anyway, it's nice to be handsome, Rock. I mean, it's nice to be tall, athletic, wealthy, and handsome.
Yeah, we all knew that.
It is, right?
We were aware of that.
Did we know?
Already,
wait, did we know that? Did we know that? Oh, what's up?
Yeah, we knew that.
What's up, baby? Your daddy's listening right now, too, kicking his feet up, drinking tea, looking at the mountains. Yeah, that's what he told me.
Science beat you here.
That's what he told me.
He got here? Is he here?
Yeah.
Oh, he's here.
Oh. Well, here we go. And he's pissed.
Did your watch break? You walked in with just
what
watch
happened
strap.
to you?
You just got watch straps in your hand.
I'm wearing the one from yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Really how fast were you going, by the way? I could tell. I go, don't worry about it.
He can only go 37 because every street is shut down and you might run a kid over.
Yeah, or you're going to get pulled over because there are cops everywhere.
Well, I've always
that stretch from here everywhere around here, man. Like you'll get pulled over.
Anything that I'm concerned about as I drive through here is that. So
just getting pulled on. I don't like it. Hell no. What's going on with you?
Not much, the usual.
The usual?
57 things to do in a day with 50 slots.
Did you see what we have over there? Lovely treats from Rachel. Thank you again, by the way.
Rachel.
Rockio talks about you a ton.
Rachel.
Mostly positive. No, I'm just joking, but we really appreciate that, man.
That's fantastic.
We like when people bring food.
It's the absolute best thing. And it was one of the most wonderful things about hitting cleanup. Hitting leadoff in front of Frank Cusimano for all the years.
Oh, my God.
the things that would roll in with that. But I'm gonna give you your credit too. We have had delicious hot chicken sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
We've had whole pizzas. We've had all sorts of stuff that you usually probably wouldn't eat at 7:30.
Don't care
in the morning, but there's no point. There's nothing I've ever done in my life where I'm hungrier than when I'm doing this.
I know what is going on. We do nothing. We sit here,
and
all of a sudden I'm like working up an appetite, like I'm literally running a marathon and swimming.
It's all the thinking we're doing.
Swimming makes me hungrier than anything else.
Are we wearing the same color shirt?
Kind of. Kate picked it out for me. She said, I think you're going to look decent with this shirt on. I'm like, good, I need that. You know what I mean?
Tiffany was like, I don't care. Just put something on and get off the ironing board.
I just throw, you iron that?
I have to.
You don't just throw it in the dryer with like a,
I can't. I'm
like
not
a wet
time.
towel or something?
I don't have enough time.
It takes 2 minutes.
I'm getting up, and I'm having to get rolling. And I've already probably got laundry in the dryer that I haven't put away from 3 days ago. So I just don't have time.
Yeah, man. I just throw myself.
I like a steam. I like to put a thing on it, and I'm rolling. And I fold everything. So everything's sitting in my drawers. So it's those deep creases. Like, I got to really get after it.
Yeah, that's not going to, you'd have to have that in there for like 10 minutes. Then.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
No, I get that. Well, we should probably get into what happened. Well, there's a bunch of going on. First, Ozzy, but I say the Erick Fedde thing is probably getting the most attention going right here in the St. Louis region.
Hello.
And I was just wondering, like, what do you think the players are thinking right now? I mean, they're right there. They're right there.
Well, let's turn that around. I just want to ask you that.
I'd be pissed.
If you're on a team with a guy that's there, it's your teammate. I mean, obviously, everybody's got a job to do. Everybody's got something they've got to hold up. Still got to hit. But I mean, but at the end of the day, though, let's say that you're in there, you're putting the puck in the goal nonstop, getting up, and then you go back and you look at your demon, and they're like, God, it's like you're letting everybody through.
It'd be your goalie.
Yeah.
The comparison would be a goalie in hockey, to where they're trying to build them up to trade them. You're still in the mix. You're still in the playoff run. Guys are still busting their ass every single night, and this guy's getting lit up like a Christmas tree. and it's not even the coaching staff; it's the general manager that's wanting him in the lineup, so maybe he can make some moves and save his own ass. As a player, I'd be like, enough's enough. We're right here. We're all competitive. Let's go.
And what does that line look like? Like between when a manager's managing and the GM is like, no, you got to put him out there.
I mean, it depends. Yeah, that makes it even more difficult.
Did anybody tell Lou who was going to be on the ice?
No.
And then he's like, yeah.
No, Lou had carte blanche to what the lineup would be. Now, him and the coaching staff would sit down and go back and forth. But at the end of the day, if Lou wanted me or somebody in the lineup, I remember Lou wanted me in the lineup, and our coach didn't. And that was an awkward situation.
So does it ultimately roll down to who's really got the juice?
Yeah, because a lot of teams, listen, if Lou Lamoriello is your GM, he's probably going to have in control of more things than usual, right? And Doug Armstrong's making that. I mean, I would say Monty's making the decision.
I'm sure Monty's making
Monty had probably. I would say he's making. I mean, if something happens,
does Doug want to though? Does Doug want to?
I wouldn't want to as a GM.
When Steiner's in there as a new guy, is Steiner making the call? Or is it, how does that...
For a lineup, I would say no. For trades and everything else, yeah.
But that impacts the lineup, though. So, I mean, that goes back to the thing with Fedde. I mean, Ollie, this might get me murdered here. Ollie's not dumb. He knows this guy is function drunk out there, but he also knows what they're paying the guy, and the fact that you keep putting him out there. Here's my thing, is that they get to he's got to know trade, which is just... what do you do with that?
You not give him one, or was it under contract whenever it came with him?
Yeah, so I mean, it just was what it was.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that now you're going through all this, you're having to deal with it. Where you get to August, if you can't get rid of the guy, you can't do anything like that. Then at that point, does it become Ollie's call if he goes on the mound? Because what do you have left? He's a free agent. It doesn't matter if he pitches well for you or not.
Yeah, I would say it would be. I don't know. I don't know the internal workings of that, but it does seem like that's coming from up top, and I would say people would probably agree with that. And every team's probably different too. I think, again, going back to the Blues, I don't think Army's like, hey, we need this. I think Monty's like, no, I'm in charge of the lineup every single night. You have your duties. But if I'm a GM, I would want to hire a coach or a manager and give him the reins to put in what he wants. That's his job.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And as the GM, you've got an obligation to a lot of different people. You've got an obligation to management. You got an obligation to, the ownership. You got an obligation to management of the team. You've got a lot of different things that are going on. That's a tough gig because you're managing both the financial investment that you've underwrote and that ownership has empowered you to make. But then you got to deal with the boys, their agents, the how the fans are getting on there. All the fans.
The fans are going crazy right now.
Yeah, the fans are nuts right now. But I mean, the state of fandom with the Cardinals right now is a tricky.
It's weird
thing because there's a whole lot of protesting going on from a whole lot of people that got a big issue with protesting. I'll put it that way. Like, we don't want to protest this.
Well, they protest with the Cardinals.
We don't want to protest we'll do here. Not outside of Busch Stadium, but we're damn sure doing inside.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, what are we doing here? I mean, they're protesting against saying that. I don't know who the bigger anger is with. Is it with DeWitt? I mean, I don't know.
I would say, how would you rank it?
From Mo is number one. Mo is number one. DeWitt is number two. Ollie's three.
Or players.
The players are four.
Okay.
I think the players.
Ollie's?
I think they.
What's he done wrong?
Ollie's has gotten it since day one almost. You know, said he was a puppet for ownership.
They're still overachieving so far this year in a way with all this drama going on. I think he's playing it pretty cool.
Listen, we've done this Ollie's whole career. We've done this show in one incarnation, whether it's 1.0 or 2.0, his entire career, right?
Yeah.
And what has been consistent through that time is that there has been continued more disinterest has gone down, but it's not really disinterest. People say they're not paying attention, but boy, they're bitching on the air.
They're bitching on the air. But that could be. I don't know how are the numbers for TV. We know it's because listen, everything's loud, and not to mention, look where we're at every single day, so you hear it on a different level. Yeah. Look who we hang out with. Look what kind of work we're in. So we hear everybody talk about. We follow every single person.
Yeah,
so you see that every single day. But I do think that maybe a lot of people aren't paying attention. I mean, how are the numbers on TV? Because we see the numbers downtown.
Well, I mean, it's more interesting to me about what it actually looks like in the stands. I mean, is that a better indicator, or is what people are watching at home a better indicator?
Well, are you really still paying attention?
Are you really checked out if you're watching it? And now you've got an ability to be able to measure that. So when it was on Spectrum or whatever, I mean, maybe you kind of got ratings or whatnot, but you're having to literally subscribe to watch most of those games now. So is FanDuel seeing the subscription in market like it would expect? Where are those numbers at? What does that look like?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know how.
Because we know they're not going, but are they still watching it on TV? Because if they're watching it on TV, they're still paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, you're still watching at that point.
You're still involved.
I don't know, but I'll say
you need to make money downtown.
It's a complex situation. Bring it back around to Fedde about how those decisions get made. I mean, I think he's got one more guaranteed start.
Really?
They're going to see. I think that they're going to ride out this version of what's going on until you get to the trade deadline, and that's what next.
God, you got two pitchers that are basically guaranteed losses in the rotation. I know, and you're right there too. Well, overachieving.
So you've got. I think that if you look at it right now, you've got one day a week in the Cardinals rotation that you look at and you say, "There's a pretty good chance we can get one today," and that's Sunny.
Yeah.
Other than that, you've got Michaelis,
and he didn't look great last outing either. He got lit up.
He'll have a couple, but I mean,
and that's fair. And that's fair. He's been good. He's been good.
He's been what he's supposed to be.
Exactly.
He's been what he's supposed to be. Michaelis and Fedde. Yeah.
I could see. I feel bad now. I know the pitching staff's in a different locker room, and you're still around each other. You're still getting on the bus. You're still going.
They're all in the same place together.
You're maybe they're kind of disconnected a little bit, but like just being around the guys, walking on the plane. Like I noticed the little things whenever you're struggling and people are talking about you probably behind your back, and Fedde's just like, "What do you want me to do? I don't have it. They keep throwing me out there." Now he's got to like walk on the bus and like see all the coaching staff and stuff, walk right past them. They're giving him that weird look, like, what are we doing with you? Just must be pretty gosh. I know he's making a ton of money. It's all good.
Well, I mean, again,
this must be so uncomfortable.
So I mean, you likened it to having a goalie that's in a bad place right now. I mean, where are you at? Where's the line between, like, hey, dude, we got you, get together, do what we got to do, between like, you're blowing it. What does that happen amongst?
Depends on how they play
as professional athletes that's in there.
If there's a goalie and he just doesn't have it anymore, and they know it's a weird situation where you need to try to trade him, and he needs to try to find his game. In hockey, I guess if you know somebody's getting lit up, like you're not playing them. Like, you're probably not going to play him, but this is a different kind of situation. I think the guys are going to be cool about it because Fedde's just like, I know I'm bad.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could fake an injury or something. I don't know how that works.
We've seen that.
Right? Like, I know I'm terrible.
Hey, that's when you walk into, that's when you send the trainer in there and he's like, hey, your arm's a little sore, it looks like. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
It's like, no, I think it's okay.
No.
And
It's sore.
and he just punch him right in the elbow.
It's like, no.
How about now?
No, bam. Now it's sore.
They take him out back of the stadium
Or
and
go-
close his door. His arm in the car.
He slipped in the shower. You know, like, I don't know.
He got into a fight with his old lady.
As a player, you don't want to do that because that's how you change yourself anyway.
When you look up Erick Fedde on the internet, there's a picture of him on his knees.
Oh,
on the mound.
no.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it must be very uncomfortable, you know? Remember Whitener was getting lit up? I think they were looking at him way worse than Fedde's probably just like, man, what am I supposed to do? Whitener was being more selfish, in my opinion, right? And then in that situation.
Here's Rooster from Birmingham. My grandma's even mad, and she don't even watch or listen to anything but the games.
It's contagious, the negativity.
They're stressing your grandma out, Rooster?
Yeah, don't do that, okay? Like, come on. She doesn't need any more stress. She's probably been through a lot.
You bring up science as soon as I walk in.
He's kicking his feet up.
Who's out of the market and watches them only when they come on national games.
Yeah.
When, I think the 2 national games they've had this year, they've gotten absolutely ramshacked.
Yeah.
And he's like, these guys are terrible. I was like, they're over 500. He's like, my default mindset at this point is these guys are terrible.
Because it's easy to be negative.
It's going to be light your torches at the ballpark night. So.
It's easy to be negative.
Is that why they're bringing in a Flow Rider?
Are they bringing?
I think he's here on Friday
for
an after show concert
at Busch Stadium.
Yeah, it's like a free concert, I guess, with ticket. I don't know. I guess
really
it can't be free if you got.
I like Flow Rider, by the way.
It's not like when they bring in who's just there.
Welcome to my house.
Flow Rider made all of the Wash Ave music.
Why is he doing that?
All the Harry's music because they paid him. They paid him to be here to do it. I guess.
Yeah, but isn't he above that?
Yeah. Is he? What's the song? The song you just sang is from how many?
A long time ago.
15 years ago.
Was it 15?
At least.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
he's probably made some good money.
Flow Rider was making his music when you were in the league and I was in college,
and we were doing our thing. Yeah, that reminds me of good memories. That's why I like him. It reminds me of good memories.
And that's why they're bringing him out because those good memories are different than the Erick Fedde situation.
So interesting. So after a day game, he's going to play, or
no, it's a night game. I think he's
on a Saturday,
Friday. I think.
Oh, Friday. Okay,
I think it's Friday. I don't know.
That's kind of cool. Do something. I don't. At least you're spending money to entertain the fans that way.
Don't tell them that though. They'll be like, if you spit for Flow Rider,
that's it.
You can get me a picture.
How? Yeah. What do you think they're paying him?
I'm protesting.
What are they paying him?
Flow Rider?
What do you think?
120
grand.
How much does it? I'm gonna Google. How much does it cost to get Flow Rider
to my birthday?
To do what? Bat mitzvah.
Yeah, bat mitzvah. Yeah. What's up, Rock? You good over there? You all organized?
We're having issues.
With what?
Just the audio quality on the YouTube isn't great because the internet's crappy. And I don't have a cell phone.
Flow Rider charges between $150,000 and $300,000 for private gigs in the U.S. and $1 million international.
Yeah, because it costs a lot more to go over there and do your thing.
And there's a lot more money over there.
I saw people were mad because apparently Nelly's doing these kind of concerts in other cities.
Yes.
While in St. Louis, we're getting Flow Rider.
Well, Nelly
Flow Riders, though. I mean,
Nelly and Nikki Glazier go to Winnipeg, and they wear a Winnipeg Jets jersey while the Blues are playing Winnipeg.
We all learned the lesson that Elaine had to learn. At Yankee Stadium, when you go to somebody else's stadium and you're invited, you got to wear their swag no matter what.
Nelly's.
It's just funny though because
how much did they pay him to go to Winnipeg?
Probably $300,000.
So I'm wearing that dang jersey too.
Probably $500,000.
Who's the greatest Winnipeg Jet of all time?
Andrew Chuck.
Give me that right now.
Winnipeg. Oh, Timo Solani.
Yeah, there you go. That was Timo Solani. Yeah.
It depends on how many games he played because he did get traded to Anaheim. I don't know if he got traded to. I don't know. He signed a big ticket over there, not but yeah. Last night, Burley got hit off the toe again, didn't he? Did he get bombed again? Like a foul ball right off his toe again last night? Jeez. Oh, man. No one. Let's see what else I got here. I don't know. Walker double. There's still positive. Listen, you lost to Colorado. I mean, they're not good. They don't win games often.
They don't often do that. No,
they don't win games.
Right.
What are you looking up there?
So I'm looking up looking up.
I'm looking up Teemu Selanne's stats. He scored 132 points his rookie year.
76 goals.
And then never broke 110 points after that.
Yeah.
He had 109, 108, 107. He had no other seasons above 110 points after going for 132 in his rookie year at 22 years old.
I don't think their team was that good, and he still dominated.
But he was only in Winnipeg for 3.5 years.
The all-time leading scorer is Blake Wheeler for the Winnipeg.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Blake. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking of current guys, to be honest with you.
He's the all-time leading scorer for the Jets, though. Now, does the Jets' history get a little chopped up because of the move and the move back? Like, what does that
Their
look
history
like?
gets chopped up with a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if they're going to be around. I don't know.
Kovalchuk's on there from the Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
they're gonna. I think
this isn't the most prestigious.
No, it's not. They haven't done much. They don't have a great history.
Utah aside, and some of the newer teams. What's the
Minnesota?
The least
Minnesota.
Minnesota,
because they couldn't even have an alumni game against us when we went up there. I don't know if they tried to or not, but they don't have that much.
But the Stars, though, I mean, if you would count those days, half of their franchise is
not
in
them.
another city.
The North Stars are part of the Stars.
They consider. No, I'm talking about the Wild. I'm talking about. You're talking
the Wild aren't a part of the North Stars. Man.
It's a different thing. It's the Sonics and the Thunder and all of that. But I'm just saying that the history for Minnesota is like this long.
I know.
Compared to the history of the Blues. I'm talking about a team that's got at least 30 years in the tank.
Okay, that doesn't.
Who's got the most? Your top five skaters are probably going to get beat up pretty bad by everybody else.
If you're the Wild,
Ottawa. No, they had some monster teams.
If you're the Wild, what you should do until you have like a legitimate alumni squad, you should just get a bunch of like of the old heads who all were like Mr. Hockey Minnesota, because that's always like the best like players in the country usually win Mr. Hockey Minnesota.
Good
So
idea.
they should just run through and just be like
making a
let's just
Minnesota
get, like
thing.
9 guys who are all Mr. Hockey Minnesota throughout their career like 20 years ago, and just have them play the alumni game.
They could have done a bunch of things, Rock.
Because the amount of talent that comes from that area is insane.
Just get all Minnesota product and then get some alumni sprinkled in there from the Wild that you could still have.
That'd be fun.
That'd be cool. See, you just fixed it. You just fixed it.
You did do a good job, Rock.
Don't you want to make an extra how much more money because you have 50,000 people in an alumni game? They're watching it just like we did here. Thank God they did that. They did like 3 alumni games here.
Can we dive back to the Cardinals a little bit?
Sure.
Because I know everyone's angry and they are.
Whoa, wait. You don't want me to look up who's the top 5 skaters all time for the Ottawa Senators?
That was really good one, actually.
I wasn't going to look.
What is
that? Are you on ChatGPT?
I am always.
Oh, son of a gun. Whoa, does it wear your battery out more doing that, Rock?
I don't know. It's always plugged in.
ChatGPT does take a lot of power, both on your phone and on the servers back where they make it. That's why you shouldn't use it.
I'm curious about things like this. I'm curious about things like this because I don't want to have to sit here and think about this with my alcohol damaged brain. How many years some of these teams have been around. Half of these teams happened when I was alive. Now, after they did the modern expansion, I definitely remember when San Jose and Ottawa and all of them happened. When I say 30 years, they had to realize I was 12 when these teams were
just trying to think of a team that's been around for that long. It doesn't have monster superstars attached to it.
The Colorado Avalanche relocated from Quebec.
I was just say, you want to go through their lineup?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I would prefer not to remember that if that's possible.
Talk about a team that's got monster players.
You can just take their team from like 2007 and just say that's
the
it.
Senators have 6 people in their Hall of Fame, and 3 of them I do not think of as Senators.
Well,
they have Zdeno Chara, Dominic Hasek, and Marian Hossa are all in the Hall of Fame for the Senators.
Hossa played there for a little while.
I know they did, but obviously I think of that. I think of Bruins, Sabres, and Red Wings, or Blackhawks.
All right,
Blackhawks
all
and
right.
Red Wings with him.
So it's like Chara, Hasek, and Hossa.
Chara played there
6
too.
Hall of Famers.
What a stupid trade that was.
So I'm not going to worry about any of the original 6. They got a ton of guys that they can put out there. You got the Blues. They got a ton of guys. The Flyers got a ton of guys. Penguins, Kings, Stars, Sabres.
There it is.
Sabres have been around.
They're bad at everything.
54 years, and it's Hasek.
Rob Ray's up there, and he's a tough guy.
Yeah, Anderchuk.
Pat LaFontaine, Alexander McGillney. What was that French guy? I forgot his name.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, you're right.
There's the one guy that you would have played against that is like 100% pretty much all Senators, and he's one of their retired numbers.
Jason Spezza?
Daniel Alfredson.
Oh, yeah, Alfie, yeah. And now he's working for the team.
But, the Jets became the Coyotes. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I imagine being Imagine like Walt and those guys.
Is Hully on the all-time Coyotes?
Oh my, he played like 6 games. Dude, I watched a documentary about that whole Gretzky era down there. It's so bizarre.
And then, by the way, at 19, you got the Oilers. Just run their 83 team out. And then
they had whole teams with
put
superstars.
Their 83 team out there with McDavid and with Draisaitl.
Do you remember the weird stuff that went down with Gretter in Arizona? With Slapshot Gate.
Gretter's career got shaky with
and
the
his wife. And what was that all about? Really bizarre.
As we're looking up former teams, do you know what former NHL coach is 6th all time in games played for the Hartford Whalers?
Quinville?
Yes. He played 500. He played 500 games.
Yeah, baby.
For the Hartford Whalers. He's played the 6th most games in Hartford Whalers history.
Yeah.
Look. Ray Ferraro's right behind him.
Yeah.
Looking at this is making me get nostalgic. What's the best sweater that doesn't exist in the NHL anymore?
I think it's the Hartford Whalers.
The Whalers are really cool.
What's the Golden Seals look like?
They had the goofy skates to go with it, with the white skates.
Give me 3. Give me 3 online.
I'm a big David Perron fan.
On YouTube, on the text line, give me 3. The best sweaters that don't exist anymore.
Well, my favorite was Vancouver Canucks dark ones. Back in the 90s with Pablo Burry and Alexander McGillney were doing their thing. Now, they brought those back into play for a third jersey, and they are sleek, baby.
They're
badass.
They're forever badass.
I like the Kings old jerseys, man, from the 90s, too. Not the 80s.
Not the gold.
Not the gold. I like right when Gretter got there and they had those awesome black and silver.
I missed the Quebec Nordiques. That was
those are cool, man.
Sweater. That was an awesome.
I love the Quebec Nordiques logo.
Those are cool.
I'm with you on Hartford. The Whalers had a nice one too.
I'm trying to think.
I tell you what, I don't know if you count the ones that changed, but when they were out in like '88, when Chopper was there, those old Flames jerseys were
those were cool when they won. Yeah, when they won,
those were off the charts.
When they traded Holley and then won a Stanley Cup, and then we got Brett Hull.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, thank you very much.
Then I got into hockey.
You know what? And the funny thing about it is that your guy from the 80s is Holley. Mine is Ozzy. We've been through this a million times.
Yeah,
but we got them from teams that were just like, we can let that go.
Isn't that something?
Padres, well, Gary Templeton, God bless him, got Ozzy here. Like, get this guy out of here.
Isn't that something? How that goes down, and we got obsessed with the sport because of him.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would have.
So if it wasn't for the Calgary Flames and the San Diego Padres, we wouldn't be here right now.
Think about. Now I know.
Thank you very much.
I probably wouldn't be playing hockey. I got quick. Boom. I'm like, who is this guy? Who is this blonde-haired, handsome guy scoring 86 goals, doing all these commercials all over McDonald's, doing that? I go, what is this guy?
The Brett Hull McDonald's Cup.
Then you go down there and Twister's bagging guys up. And I'm like, who's this guy?
You go down to the barn.
What is this?
And the barn is where they're doing this all that?
Russian guy. I go, what is this sport? It's the coolest thing ever. That's exactly what happened. I mean, you probably knew about baseball more, but like Ozzy got you going, though.
No, man. I mean, it was Ozzy. Up and everything he's doing up the middle. They were winning, but I mean, that was mostly before me.
You looked at them like there was something like different.
I remember my first memories getting in that window was around 87, 88, when I'm about 4 or 5, and I'm like, well, this guy's cool. And Ozzy was in the community. You'd run into Ozzy. Yeah. You know, he was around. It wasn't like you couldn't, like he was, oh my God.
Can I tell a story about Brett Hull?
Can you do it with the time we've got left in this segment?
Yeah, dude, we can only get hard out at 9.
Great, love it.
I was a young kid, and my dad picked me up from school way out Cedar Hill, way down in House Springs area when I was going to Cedar Hill, and we had a little cabin down at the lake. And anytime on a Friday, my dad would get off work, he'd bust his ass doing waterproofing, and then come get me. It was the best feeling in the world when me and my brother got picked up early from Friday at school, run down the Lake of the Ozarks, man. We loved it. And my dad's like, I have a big surprise for you. And Derek, your cousin, and your brother. And he goes, I have a huge surprise for you. I go, okay, what is it? A 4-wheeler? We didn't know. Like, what is it? A fishing rod? And I go, okay, just don't worry about it. Quit bugging me. We get on a boat, drive all the way to Tonka. If you know Lake of the Ozarks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We see a big, huge boat out there, a monster boat. My dad's like, well, here, I'm showing you. I go, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? He goes, you'll see. We pull up, dock up next to this boat, and here he comes with a huge cocktail in his hand, Brett Hull, when I was like 5, 6 years old. And I hung out with him all day long.
His feet weren't touching the ground.
Tonka, and he's drinking and jumping in the water. And I'm like drawing up pictures of him, and I give it to him, and he throw it away right in front of me. Thanks, kid. And my dad's like, get away from him. No, Cam, Derek, get away. Enough. And my mom had enough. And quit bothering him now because I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
That was a really good
Name any more boats? TIT.
Excuse me?
Don't even name any more boats. TIT.
No, don't.
Why?
Bad
naming boats that a lot?
I don't know. Rock, I don't know what I'm saying there.
When engineer design facilities acquire.
Oh, hey, hello.
Christy Pondall, baby, I love you.
Can I let me tell my bread hall story now. It's not from quite that long ago.
I am so confused right now.
Yeah, you know, that's funny how that works.
Yeah.
We're at Ballpark Village, and you're doing the panel with Holly, and who else is up there?
Oh, I was up there. It was.
Yes.
It was embarrassing.
So
he goes up to a guy and goes, who is this?
I couldn't remember if Bobby was on the panel or if he just came in the back. So
my first post on Instagram.
We're in there right before you guys go out. We're in the back at Ballpark Village, back there with Big Dog, does security down there.
Oh, Big Web, baby.
Yeah. Took care of stuff. And my boy Theron was doing the events for Ballpark Village at that time. We're back there chopping it up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go get a drink. I was like, he's like, yeah, get me a whatever. Give me a beer or whatever before I go out there. I was like, all right, cool, I'll get it. I'm like, Holly, you need anything? He's like, hold on. No, I'm good. I'll be all right. Wait. No. Vodka soda. Just what? Wait. Hit two of them. and then his dad's like, Jesus Christ, you know? And he's chirping the hell out of him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, all right, cool. 3 then, so he'll leave me alone. I'm coming back with a Busch Stadium tray worth of drinks, but the 5-year-old inside of me is like, you got red holes. Yards after that thing to get up to the crown room and the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I'd say that to say, number one, it's all the stories are true.
Yeah.
That good of a time.
Yes,
but
he is.
He is a superstar still.
Oh, my God.
He walks around. Superstar.
And he's cool with everybody, man. Like, he's fun. Like, he's not like stuck up. He's a wild man. You know, he doesn't give a damn. He'll chirp you, but him and his dad would chirp each other bad. They had a weird relationship.
Chirped each other bad.
You talk to Holly about his daddy. Oh, yeah. Big Bobby wasn't a great daddy.
I wonder if there's something that of like he scores like 80 goals and Bobby's just like, yeah, soft league though right now. I bet. Like I wonder.
Rock, you are.
Like he would.
Dad, did you see it? No, I didn't. I didn't see that.
I scored 3 one time too.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Like,
do it again next year.
Yeah, the stuff like that I'm sure probably happened all the time, and it got to a point where he's like, "Fine, I'm just gonna chirp this old dude."
Oh yeah. Once you get to a certain point where like, nah, I might be better than you. I might be better than you.
It's not Bobby and Brett Hull anymore. It's Brett and Bobby. But
there you exactly.
Learn your place, know your role.
It wasn't. And listen, I know it's your dad's a professional hockey player that's gigantic, especially in Chicago and Winnipeg and whatnot. But if a dad like that you're not connected with and you're trying to play a sport, man, it's tough to deal with. Like, I don't know.
Does Holly walks on water in 3 different cities? 4?
Detroit. He walks on water anywhere there's a hockey organization.
That's fair.
You know, he's like Ken Griffey. If Ken Griffey Jr. came to, everybody's like, you're the man. You're the man.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go, you are the man.
How do you think Holly would do as a sideline photographer?
Is he doing that too with Randy Johnson?
That's what Griffey does. Yeah, Griffey's a sideline photographer now at supporting events.
Why do they do that?
He was shooting. I think
because Randy Johnson does the same thing too.
I think it's just like something like I think it's one of those things where like as a player, you're watching like these photographers your entire career, and you're like, you know what? That seems like a good way to be around the game. I think I'd enjoy that. And you just try to you obviously you have connections, and I'm sure it's one of those things where literally like looking at the photographer for like 10 years of your career, like that'd be kind of fun. And maybe you're a big fan. Maybe you got a lot of money, so maybe you got into cameras. Maybe that's like the nerdy thing you got into because you got a bunch of
maybe it's a
disposable cash. Exactly.
Your body hurts, but you can still want to watch the game and I don't know, contribute somehow with good pictures for people. I don't know. It's not my style.
You can randomly download. I think it might be. I don't know if it works for AP or. I think it might be AP for Griffey. I'm not sure about Randy Johnson, but yeah, you can randomly. If you like go to download an AP photo, you might just see like the credit line being Griffey. Ken Griffey. It's like that's insane.
Yeah. Or Randy. I see him all over the place.
He shot which tournament was early this year? Which one did Rory win early this year? He won the
was it the British Open?
No,
that just happened.
Was it the Masters?
Did he win the Masters, or was that Scotty
Yeah,
Scheffler?
Rory won the Masters.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's right.
So Griffey was shooting the Masters and got great shots.
That'd be cool.
He got great shots of Rory at that.
Yeah, Roy's crying afterwards. Like, God.
Back when I was a functioning writer and I could have
Yard buck.
and I could have access to the AP bin still, I'd go pull those pictures up.
You see, like Scotty Scheffler just has no reaction. He's just like, yeah,
I saw Scotty.
He's on pace, just like Tiger Woods was.
I saw Scotty at the Happy Gilmore premiere. I was like, look at Scotty. I just thought Scotty went into like a cryo tank when he wasn't playing and then came out on Thursday.
He's good and bad for the sport. He's on the same pace as Tiger Woods, and look at the difference in popularity.
Yeah,
Scotty Scheffler can walk around anywhere. No one's not too many people
Tiger's throwing on the red on Sunday. Scotty's throwing on the
hiding, just like
the beige.
Just like,
let me put on my beige.
He just does not. You see the interview with him. He's like, I don't have any fulfillment. It lasts for like an hour, and I'm done. I'm back to my family. He's just, it's just redundant. I don't know. It was interesting.
It was nice to hear somebody say that in a day and age when I think so many people strive to make it that your job is supposed to be part of your identity instead of just something you do every day. And I think Scotty saying that in a way of separating himself of like, this isn't who I am, this is just the thing I do. I think that's actually kind of important nowadays.
I agree. That's a good point.
Because there's a lot of people you run into and they're just like, if you're not defined by your job, they think you're not grinding hard enough. And listen, you can have that mentality, but the fact that mentality is supposed to be like the standard now is dumb. I
would say though, if you would want your superstar to be probably a little bit more loud, I would say, in a perfect world,
and
especially
sport,
in this.
Yes, but in the solo sport, doesn't matter.
No.
He's a self-starter.
I say just for the sport in general that lacks, personality. Let's say, I mean, come on. Like Bryson DeChambeau's pretty funny, but a lot of guys are just they're pretty straight, dude. And
I think that
Tiger was completely different. He's the man.
But here's the thing:
he had the look. He had
Tiger was maybe the greatest exception in the history of any sport. Just being that far away from the pack, both with who he was, how he did it, and where he was coming from, and how he played, like everything. Like we haven't seen somebody put themselves that far away from the pack in the sport probably since Greta worked in the hockey. I mean, it's that rare of a thing. So should it be judged by Tiger or should it be judged by everything that's not Tiger? What like Scotty Scheffler is like? What's the difference between Scotty? Like Arnold Palmer was cool.
Phil Mickelson's loud. Like he's
trying to keep up with Tiger though.
Well, Phil was gambling. Well, and he needed that money.
He was wheeling around. And he made it.
He's hilarious. Actually, I like him.
Phil still makes like $30 million.
Yeah, dude.
Like, well, not in profit.
Well, but he's making it. I mean, what's getting under oath to him?
He clears 30, but when you lose 25,
yeah, I know what that's like. Yeah, man, but maybe not 30 million. I know what it's like to have $30 and lose 25.
Exactly. All right, hey, get him in. By the way, 590-3770. That's our text line, and go to Lou Info on YouTube and click the button, like, subscribe, and I'm going to read all the comments. We're going to go to break. We'll be back in a little bit, and I'll get to all the comments and all that good stuff. So we'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios in Kirkwood. I once got catfished by a girl in Kirkwood. Before catfishing was really even a thing. This is the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. With live and on-demand content on YouTube. And catch all of our local shows on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you listen to podcasts. KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis.
Ozzie Smith ready for the flip, and we're ready to start the season. Here we go.
This is Cardinal Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith, and I'm flipping with excitement over the giveaway on Thursday, July 24th. That night, 20,000 fans 16 and older will take home the first ever legendary backflip bobblehead, featuring me, courtesy of Phillips 66. Don't miss the flipping awesome giveaway. We can't wait to see you on Thursday, July 24th. Secure your tickets and learn more at cardinals.com/promotions.
Hats gets off to family fun on Sunday, July 27th, when the Birds host the Padres. That day, 20,000 fans, 16 and older, will get a City Connect throw pad courtesy of Quick Trip. And thanks to Haichu, 10,000 kids ages 15 and under will take home a Cardinals hat with custom charms. Upgrade your and your kiddos' game gear. Snag your tickets today at cardinals.com/promotion.
This is Alec Burleson, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
LouInfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. There are questions about Samuel Hayes' death inside the City Justice Center on July 19th. He died strapped to a restraint chair. Autopsy results are pending. City leaders are facing scrutiny over how detainees are being treated behind bars. Hayes was a few weeks away from a murder trial related to the death of Brian Boyle in April 2024. The investigation is continuing. An 11-year-old was shot and critically hurt Monday afternoon in Cahokia Heights, Illinois. The child was rushed to a hospital and remains in critical condition. Cahokia Heights police requested help from the Major Case Squad command post in St. Louis, and they welcome tips as the investigation continues. A new reality series called Spaghetti Wars was shot in the Hill neighborhood of St. Louis last fall. That's making its debut this weekend at the High Point Theater. The show focuses on two family teams pitted against each other in a cooking challenge for $100,000. Excessive heat is in store today. The heat dome envelops much of Missouri. Heat indexes could reach 110. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. Really take it easy today and tomorrow in this heat and humidity. We have an extreme heat warning in effect until 7 p.m. Thursday evening. Sunshine today. We're headed for the upper 90s. Our heat index as high as 110. Overnight will be clear, upper 70s, about the same for Thursday. Sunny and very hot and very humid. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
Join your fellow St. Louis City SC fans at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. All St. Louis area Hot Shots locations are proud to be a part of City on Tap, presented by Michelob Ultra, the official network bringing St. Louis City fans and ice cold beer together. Catch every exciting moment of the 2025 MLS season at Hot Shots. Since 1990, Hot Shots is champion St. Louis sports, and they're thrilled to keep the tradition alive for St. Louis City SC. Find the Hot Shots near you at hotshotsnet.com.
The future of driving is here, and it's electric. Introducing the all-new Audi Q6 e-tron, where luxury meets cutting-edge performance. And now, at Audi Kirkwood, drive one home with 2.99% financing for 72 months. Efficiency, power, and style, all in one extraordinary SUV. Visit Audi Kirkwood on Manchester Road or online at audikirkwood.com.
Back to more of Hot Takes.
The most perfectly trained athlete ever.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
I'm an influential and respected man.
On the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Yeah, let's go. 8:49 on a Wednesday. Get up and get them in. 590-3770. By the way, this is Hot Take Central 2.0, powered by the Audi Exchange in Kirkwood, right across the street there. Lovely place. Let me tell you about that real quick. Ready to electrify your drive? Audi Kirkwood invites you to experience a new 2025 Audi Q6 e-tron. The future of luxury EVs is here. I bet you that thing's badass looking, Rock. My God. For a limited time, take advantage of 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on the Q6 e-tron. That's high performance with smart financing. Plus, explore a great selection of your Audi favorites, including the all-new 2025 Audi Q5 redesigned and ready to impress. I haven't done one of these in a long time, so just bear with me, okay? I'll get used to it, and I'll be able to zip through it. And hey, listen, don't miss out. Up to $7,500 federal tax credit available select EVs and plug-in hybrids. But hurry, this credit expires September 30th. Now's the time to plug in and save. Go to Neil, that's my boy, and the entire crew over at Audi in Kirkwood, Manchester Road, or shop their entire inventory online at AudiKirkwood.com. Audi, Kirkwood, expect the exceptional. Not bad. Not bad. Wasn't great. Wasn't my best.
Good job.
It wasn't my best. I'm going to get better at that. But right across the street, this place is fantastic. That's the Audi Exchange in Kirkwood. Okay, let's see here. I can't wait for baseball season to be over so we can talk Blues hockey, a real organization, and a Mizzou football. But I'm torn, as we will then get the simp more regularly. Wombat, and he put up Mo, Larry, and Curly. And I would guess you would pretty much figure out who that is for the Cardinals organization.
I thought it was for me, you, and a cat.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Ace's progress report, 7.5 weeks in. Too much sports, not enough politics. Number 2, Rockio either laughs like a hyena or a little schoolgirl biatch. Not enough drops. Jim Hayes talks too much. Jim Hayes interrupts too much. Jim Hayes coughs too much. Too much Jim Hayes. There's a lot of work to do, but I think if you buckle down and work on the deficiencies of the show listed above, maybe, just maybe, you can return the show to its former glory. God dang, I butchered that too.
Well,
my eyes are going out.
Well, we've got our marching orders now, at least, so we know where we need to be.
I think I'm going blind.
Well, you know. They say that if you do that too much, that's what happens.
Read?
That too.
What does age have to do with anything when it comes to sex?
I didn't bang my belt, Mom. I didn't. The cat defends every suck-ass player on this awful team.
Oh, boy.
Yep, that's Kate's fault. They probably do have pronouns, these nerds.
I've never swam with Matt Whitener. You can say what you want about this show, but we are better than the Cardinals. Tom Johnson joins us.
He's dead, by the way.
I'm frustrating myself because I don't like to be a part of the problem.
Now I feel like I'm going to say something racial.
Yeah. Cam Jackson can tell you anything you want to know.
No, Janie Mae, I've been watching you.
No.
You're right. Hayes again. It's a substantial hole.
So a lot of trans news.
I don't want to talk sports with women.
He's kind of has a.
Do we have the Juneteenth? That's all that's left now. We've got almost all of them now.
I would say most I wouldn't want to, but there's exceptions. There's exceptions, of course, to everything.
Why put it out on Front Street, Cam? You didn't have to. You didn't have to offer that.
I'm an honest man. Okay. I'm an honest man.
That's what you're known for.
Just like I don't like to talk hockey with people that don't know about hockey. Eventually, it gets.
Matty, how do you feel about finding out right now?
What's that?
He doesn't like talking about hockey with people who don't know hockey.
Wait. You guys know.
I'm fine, but other people.
You guys could talk about any sport, anytime, in any conversation, and be okay.
That is like a match made in heaven if you've ever seen one.
Oh, God, COVID, Andy. You know what I mean? But like when somebody got like has no idea and he really wants I can see where you kind of like I don't know, like in this conversation,
like a kid that runs up to you at the lake.
Yeah, not a kid. It's more like a grown man that has too many beers and he asks questions about everything. He has no idea and he can't keep up. I mean, yeah, maybe that's annoying, you know. That's all. No big deal. I'm not complaining that much.
I understand. I don't like to do it either. I mean, sometimes people want to talk to you just to argue with you.
Yeah.
And say that, I know better. I told Cam.
But then Charlie played hockey. What position would he play? Left wing, of course. Oh.
That's such a good tag.
That's a good one.
Left wing, of course.
Charlie would have been big defenseman.
That's really good.
I mean, Charlie's a monster. He would have. He would have been a big defenseman. You know. But he played baseball. He was a good baseball player. You stick between my legs, I'm going to fall down.
Yeah.
That's true, though. That's true. If you feel that stick between your legs in a game, you just take one step and fall down. That's a guaranteed gosh dang penalty, baby.
Yeah. Well,
don't put your stick between my legs.
So a lot of trans news.
I want to hear what article was that. I was probably Riley Gaines stuff, something of
I
something.
imagine along those lines, yeah.
You know, so what else? Dylan Mulvaney, perhaps, when that whole thing kind of blew up. You know, I'd like to hear the rest of that.
I thought he was
conversation
talking.
from Frank.
I thought he was talking about Mizzou picking up players in the portal, but who knows?
Somebody, Jared Wombat asked me to play a drop that I do not think I can play.
What is it? What is it?
It's the cockpit drop. I don't think I can.
Is
play
it
that
banned
one.
from the news station?
I don't think you can say that.
We played that a billion.
Yeah, I don't think you were. I don't think you were supposed to, though. Is my point. I don't think you were
just trying.
Were you dropping every time you played it?
No.
You can't say that word.
That was Charlie.
You can't say
he's innocent,
but he's not here anymore.
You can't split up cockpit.
But the way he described
remember
it,
that.
but the way that he described it,
You can't say
he's
that.
just letting you know.
You can't play that drop. Like,
I remember
do not,
that.
I played that a million times.
You shouldn't have. Is all I'm saying. And I'm not going to be the one that gets us that.
Gee,
far.
I wonder why you think Seth cared, Cole didn't care, Nate didn't care. They didn't.
You blocked Sharon over nothing, you sissy.
That was Adam Wainwright, but that was reading a text. But that was Adam Wainwright blocked Sharon.
How do you think Sharon received the Wayno return over the weekend?
The Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, we got all the old
She ain't
boys
watching
back.
that.
We got one of the friends of the program back too.
That whole thing was cool, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd go watch it. I'm not.
He kept that under wraps too.
Yeah, I didn't know it. Exactly.
Wayno's been all over the place.
How's his music doing?
You know, he's played the symphony.
I'm owed money
From the symphony? From the St. Louis Symphony
no.
Orchestra?
Somebody on this here table back in the day that bet me that Adam Wainwright was going to have a number one, like a top 10 hit in the next 2 years.
No,
I go, no, he's not.
I think I'm out.
I go, no.
I'm out. I'm out.
I go,
Is
no.
Somebody currently sitting at the table?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was about to say, it ain't me.
He ain't here, but he usually is, or sometimes he is. And he sits right there. I think Jimmy was the one that said he's going to get a top 10. And I go, get on with yourself. Get on with yourself. No way.
There's time. There's time.
Now he said, like, I think it was, I don't know. I don't remember, but somebody was really defending his music. And I'm thinking, I listened to it and I'm like, I don't know. Just, this is my opinion.
It's just a thing.
It's just, this Chris Stapleton and Wayno just try to come on. I'm just saying, man. I'm an honest man. I'm an honest man.
Wayno.
Were you kidding, Rod? Did you like his music? Be honest. I'm
not a big fan of most country music in the first
near mine. I still know what's good and what's not.
Bottom three
Get on
musics.
with yourself.
Bottom three musics for
Can you
you, Rock.
play his song?
Look this up. It's called a cockpit. Comes from.
Nope. Sorry.
Yeah,
I stopped playing it because
it's COVID. That was COVID Charlie
Mizzou
too,
stand.
by the way.
I'm not saying you guys didn't play it. Like the Degenerate Wombat. Like I'm not saying you guys didn't play it. My point is that you shouldn't have been playing it. You cannot use that word for the male appendage in that context. You can't get away with it.
Wait, what shouldn't I say?
No. Don't play that game here. I'm not that stupid.
Oh man, get him in. Get him into YouTube. I haven't got into
it wasn't
YouTube
for you
yet.
I know.
I know you guys are in there doing your thing. But we're gonna go to break. We will be back. This is Hot Take Central 2.0.
Let's talk about your health insurance. There are a lot of reasons why people need affordable health insurance. But here's the bottom line. You know you need affordable health insurance. For you, a spouse, a family member, whatever. I'm going to give you a free hotline to call to find affordable health insurance that can cover all your health insurance needs in case you get sick or have an emergency. Plus, cover vision, dental, and more. And there are no long-term commitments. You can keep your plan as long as it's affordable. And for the price of a cup of coffee. We're not talking about one of those fancy coffees. For the price of a regular cup of coffee a day, you can have quality, affordable health insurance. Call the health insurance hotline for a free quote.
800-373-8414. 800-373-8414. 800-373-8414. That's 800-373-8414. All aboard!
There's a new way to travel, and it's one of the oldest forms of transportation. Travel by train. Yes, consider traveling around the United States on Amtrak. Traveling by train is a lot less of a headache than taking a plane, and you'd be surprised how many places you can go on an Amtrak. And there's no passports or IDs needed. Find out how to get where you're going as soon as tomorrow by train. Call the Amtrak Travel Hotline right now. We'll book your trip and email your tickets within minutes. Skip the drive to the airport and skip the lines. Call right now to book your Amtrak reservations. We service most of the United States. Do something new. Travel by Amtrak today.
800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. That's 800-428-9517.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios, this is the Lou Information Station, KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis.
Bizarre and a weak attempt at distraction. The White House is banning the Wall Street Journal from traveling with President Trump during an upcoming trip.
The Wall Street Journal won't be on the president's trip to Scotland, and the announcement comes after the outlet reported on Trump's alleged letter to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Trump has filed a lawsuit against the journal alleging defamation, and he has denied writing the letter. According to White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, the Wall Street Journal or any other news outlet are not guaranteed special access to cover President Trump. I'm Mark Mayfield.
There's no word yet on funeral arrangements for Malcolm Jamal Warner, but Costa Rican police say the actor's drowning death on Sunday was accidental.
An autopsy performed on the New Jersey-born actor described the 54-year-old's cause of death as asphyxiation by submersion. Warner, who is best known for his role on The Cosby Show as Theo Huxtable, was vacationing with his wife and daughter and was swept away by a strong current while swimming in the ocean off Costa Rica. He began his acting career at age 14 and attended the Children's Professional School in New York City. Warner, who was an Atlanta resident, was also a director, poet, and musician. I'm Sarah Lee Kessler.
Wall Street closed mixed.
At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 179 points. The S&P 500 rose 4 points. The Nasdaq lost 81 points. I'm Kristen Marks.
From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Business owners, are you paying high phone bills for old school systems and lousy service? StrongTel cuts your phone bills in half and turns every phone you own into a feature-rich business system. Sean Roddy, CEO of Hennings Brothers Drilling, had this to say: "We've been a StrongTel customer for over 10 years. It's great. It even includes an intercom with video to our equipment yard. I can watch live from anywhere with my smartphone. I'd recommend StrongTel to anyone. Never miss a customer call again with your StrongTel business system. StrongTel is a proud iTex partner and always welcomes your iTex dollars. You'll get award-winning StrongTel service, a business-class phone system, and cut your phone bill in half. So visit StrongTel.com right now. That's StrongTel, StrongTel.com. StrongTel.
We interrupt this program for an on-the-spot news report.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. 222-2222.
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get: a full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel, a delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here, and when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198.
Hey, listen to me. I'm one of the credit cards in your wallet. I'm about to explode and pop like a balloon. You're using me and my brothers way too much. Your credit cards aren't the only ones annoyed. It's your paycheck that doesn't have enough to pay everything. Save your credit cards, your paycheck, and yourself a lot of PAIN. Pain. Call the debt helpline now, not tomorrow, right now.
Now, our experts will show you how you can cut your interest rates and your payments on your credit cards in half. Credit card companies have special assistance programs designed to help you. Make this 100% free call right now and learn how you could get out of credit card debt. Here's the number.
800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. That's 800-406-6569. Paid for by Zero Debt.
The Lou Information Station presents Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jensen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
Yeah, baby, 9:05 on a Wednesday. Let's go. This is the Lou Information Station live and on demand at louinfo.com. You can call in at 855-282-8255. Hot Take Central 2.0, powered by the Audi Exchange in Kirkwood, right next door. Cam Jansen, Eli Hoover, Matty Whitener. I was going to call you Matthew Rocchio. I didn't know it was Rocchio's birthday today.
It is.
This lovely girl said happy birthday on this here text line, who brought in some Chick-fil-A, which I desperately needed. So really, really appreciate that, Rachel. I mean, that helps us. We're starving over here.
I don't think that you can underscore how important it is when somebody brings food.
It's just so nice. It really does
the
help.
Entire day.
Because you get pissy. Because I'm crushing coffee. I have no time to go get anything afterwards.
10 gallons of coffee in my stomach that's just shaking around. I'm on a caffeine high in here. I've got the sweats.
I got 4 more hours after this radio.
Yeah.
And I have no time to even go stop. It's just kind of so I needed that. So thank you. But she did call him Matthew. And then I go, oh, she calls you Matthew. And he's like, what do you think she's going to call me, Rocchio? Like, I hope not.
So no, but that brings up the question I had. Is it weird if your significant other calls you by your last name?
Well, yeah, or like a nickname. Like, again, like my hockey buddies call me Janny, Janner, Cammer.
You know, if you go home, what if you go
Kate's
home?
not calling me Cammer.
If you go home and Kate's like, hey, 55.
Hey, Jansen, get over here.
Hey, Janny, get in here.
Janny, get in here real quick.
Take the trash out.
That would be weird. Rock just said
if you walk in there and she says, hey, 55, I'd be like, is Pareko here? What the hell's going on?
I'm Cam.
There's no way you're talking to me.
I'm Cam. My mom called me Cameron, but yeah.
You know, my mother doesn't call me anything.
No one called you Matty until I did.
Nobody did.
Nobody called you Matty until I did. I do that.
All the listeners, it made me be a part of the hockey community.
That's it.
It made me become part of the hockey community. So now when I see Losey out and he's 7 feet taller than everybody out, he's like, Matty, what's up, brother? And I'm like, oh, I'm about to drink 15 beers, it looks like.
I was at his house yesterday. Exactly. Losey, I saw him yesterday. He's getting a podcast going.
Yeah.
It was the most organized podcast I've ever been on. I was the first guest,
Yeah.
I had a rundown, like 3 pages on what's going to happen, what I need to do. The guy's like, okay, so just be yourself, Cam. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I got you. Losey. It's okay. I mean, I've never had a rundown like that before. We certainly don't do that on the Cam and Strick. Give anybody a rundown. Sometimes an owner, or let's see, an Eric Tulsky from the Carolina Hurricanes, who knows he needs to come on and defend some of the trades that he made, the GM of the Hurricanes. He kind of wanted a rundown on what we were going to talk about. But other than that, no one really, there's like, what's up? If they don't want to answer something, they're not going to do it. So it is pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff. Let's see here. What else is going on? Get them into the text line, by the way, 590-3770. Cam, you confused me when I listened to the pod and you talked to Matty. Yeah, Wombat, that's a different Matty. He's from Salem, Missouri, and he's our producer there. And but his name's Matt too, and I call him Matty. And now everybody calls him Matty. I changed things.
I feel like that's a little infringement. It feels like more like I'm filling a role.
I called Matty Holiday, Matty.
That's true, you did. It's fine. Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah, I'm not calling you Matt for some reason.
No,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why.
You can't go back now.
I got to do what I got to do. Let's see here. Before we get into this, I think Fedde deserves one more shot to right the ship. What do you think, Matt?
Well, he's going to get it. I mean, whether he deserves it or not, it's going to happen, but he's going to get it. He'll get one more look. Because again, I think that they keep rolling this out until the trade deadline comes and goes. And then after that, I mean, I think you could see a number of things happen to this roster after the trade deadline goes through, depending on what happens and what doesn't happen. Because, I mean, really at that point, if Fedde's not pitching well and you're not going to be able to get anything back in a deal, I mean, what's really the value of keeping him on the roster at this point? Again, like I said, they need to make space to get more of the young guys up, to give them an opportunity to see if they've got. I know there's a number of injuries or some things that are preventing that, but, it doesn't serve any good for what the plan for the team is to have veterans that aren't performing being in the rotation. You're just blocking the innings that could use for development to get them out of there.
Well, I mean, even if he throws a 9-inning shutout, perfect game, you're going to keep. I mean, is his value going to go up that much?
No, but I mean,
or 7. It's not. I mean,
I don't know how much it. I don't know how much it will be. But I mean, can you get a salvage trade if somebody's missed out on a couple folks and they're like, look, we'll give you a single A guy or double A, who knows, but I mean, you get something back. But my main thing about it is what you get back for him at this point is probably not much, but no matter what, it shouldn't just run the clock down in the rotation for the rest of the year.
The transition of Kyle Leahy to the rotation needs to start in August. Trade/DFA Michaelis and Fedde and get McGreevy and Leahy in the rotation.
Yeah, I don't know about Miles. That might be a little bit more difficult. I mean, he's been here. He's worked through again. I'm not here for nostalgia points or anything or whatever. That may be worthwhile, but you still do need guys to eat up innings. I mean, Miles hasn't been great at all, but I don't think it's been an outright just disaster like Fedde has been over the last couple of months.
Here's a question. What could the Cardinals possibly do in the next 2 weeks that would actually make the fans happy? What do you think?
I don't know if there's
what can they do?
I don't know if there's enough
win
time
every game
left in the year to make them happy. Happiness might be beyond things right now, unless they just decide to say we're gonna fire Mo right now in the middle of the year when he's got 2 months left on his time. That probably would get people excited, but that ain't realistic. There's no move they're gonna make that's gonna make people go crazy because they're not gonna go out and add somebody. Like if we're getting completely unrealistic and like making fantasy baseball trades, they could try that, but I don't even think they've got the pieces to do that. So I think you just got to kind of run through it and see what happens. One thing that might get people to put their eyes on it if you start bringing up some of these kids, though.
Yeah,
I think that if you get Weatherholt up there, that'll put some eyes on it. He's a name that folks are connecting to. What if they bring up somebody that starts to make a little noise and they start to push through that's come up from the minors? I mean, it's going to have to be an injection, but I don't know if it's relative to like outright hysteria, but it may be promising.
I think people would be excited about that. What do you think, Eli?
I think, the big thing is bring up these young guys. Keep McGreevy up here. Keep Graceffo up here. Let's see what Quinn Matthews has. If Tekoa Roby's ready, let's see what he has. Weatherholt has. I'll pose this question to you guys. We were talking about this on the afternoon show yesterday on Next Gen STL. Say Weatherholt gets called up, right? He's not going to shortstop because Mason Wynn's there, so he goes to second base. Brendan Donovan gets moved to the outfield. Let's say he goes to left field.
Yep.
Then we put Alec Burleson and Jordan Walker in a platoon in right field. Now, Joe Roderick got destroyed for saying this on STL Sports Central right outside. But at that point, where do Lars Nootbaar's at-bats come from? Lars Nootbaar is the odd man out in this situation if J.J. Weatherholt sticks around. Am I wrong?
Well, I think that's the case no matter what. I think the only way that doesn't happen is in the course of this year. I don't think there's any way that doesn't happen if he happens, because Donovan's going to play every day. Yeah. Donovan's not going to play center. Victor Scott's going to stay in that space. He's not going to go to right because they're still going to prioritize getting at bats for Walker and for Burleson through there. I mean, I think the only way you can do that is for Nootbaar to be the one that slides down some. But I mean, honestly, at this point, I mean, isn't that more valuable than anything else? I think that long term, it ultimately comes down to what happens with Nolan. Does Donovan end up moving to third? Do you end up adding an outfield bat out from outside the organization? Like, what does that mean? But I think in the short term, again, I've talked all week about pitchers being what you need to prioritize. But if Weatherholt's ready to be here, him playing and him getting at bats and him getting opportunity is a way higher priority than Lars Nootbaar getting at bats. Period.
I agree. I want to see some of these young guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a rebuild is about. And I don't think the Cardinals are on a slow burn rebuild. I think they're trying to get there sooner than later. I mean, you're bringing in new leadership. You're going to bring in a different direction. I mean, see what he's got to play with when he's going through within reason. I mean, don't bump a guy up from A-ball and be like, save the day. But I mean, Weatherholt's right there.
What about the big boy? What's his name?
Which one?
The monster, 6'7", hits bombs.
No, the guy that went
What's his name?
What's his name?
Come on.
I can't remember it.
He's in the minors.
He's moved up. He had
a cup of coffee up here for a little bit.
He's not Luke and Baker?
Luke and Baker, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
What's he doing?
He's a 4A guy. You know, if you need, you know, he's better than AAA. He's not quite going to be a major league.
Is he hitting bombs?
I don't know. I had to look at his numbers this year. But I mean,
I think I agree with you there, Matt. He's always going to be way too good for Memphis. But I don't know that I have the itch to see him anymore in St. Louis.
Yeah, just don't.
Okay.
He's been fine, but you know, if
he's getting older too, isn't he?
Yeah. If Contreras decides he does one out, you know, Luke and Baker is going to be the guy that takes over a lot of those first base innings, and he's going to be fine. But by no means am I looking at him as like a first base in the future.
Yeah, no, I don't. Burleson at this point is probably the first baseman in the future for the Cardinals. Yeah. I mean, it's just about you got Wilson's contract there. He's not behind the plate anymore. You got to just get an opportunity there. But I think the way things are trending, I'd be looking at that. Or
has he been better than Willie there?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, he doesn't really play enough. I mean, Willie's hitting well. I mean, he's hitting well enough.
Yeah.
You know, is Contreras hitting at a rate that you would say a true highly productive first baseman is? No. Is he still hitting at what would be considered plus offense for a catcher? Yeah. So, I mean, again, that's where you're kind of stuck in between the lines of everything, and you've got to figure some of this out. Like, wash some of this stuff out at the end of the day. You're trying to figure out who's going to be good with the kids. If you got a guy that's got to a point, I don't want to get to the point where you've been at for like the past decade, where you've got your Randall Grichuk's and your Tyler O'Neill's, and what great guy, but Tyler O'Neill, who's in the lineup, out the lineup, you don't know if you've gotten every day in there. The Cardinals outfield has been in flux almost since they went to the World Series for the last time, and that's been a little while. So, I mean, figure out some ways to get some constancy there. I think that needs to be the priority, and it may be on the roster, it may not be.
The fans are getting past the point of anger and moving towards apathy. People are starting to just not care anymore. Way worse than anger. Wombat.
I just don't understand how. Like, I'm 42 years old. For most of my life, I'd say for 90% of my life, the Cardinals have been good. But this little blip right here isn't going to erase. This 10% isn't going to erase the 90%.
What are they pissed about the most as a whole for the past 5 years? I hear
what
are they like? What's the number one thing?
They think that the Cardinals don't invest in the team, and that basically prices are up for everything, and you're not getting a product back that matches what the fans are paying for the team, and then they're upset about the decisions that get made by it. My issue with that is that baseball's got a money problem, that all franchises can't compete on the same tier. You got 5 or 6 teams that are outspending everybody
by a long shot.
And it's being enabled by the way that money is used in baseball. There's also some bad owners out there that won't spend. You had the situation in Pittsburgh a few years ago where they're like, you're intentionally not spending money as opposed to.
The league said that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, you've got just some organizations that just don't have. But the Cardinals, that's not the Cardinals' problem, though. I mean, the Cardinals' problem is what happens in the course of sports. Sometimes you sign some bad deals. But also, I mean, you can only keep up as much as you want to. I don't care how much beer you buy at Busch Stadium. You're not going to spend what the Dodgers and the Yankees are spending.
I tell you what, it's nice to have a big bopper.
Well, yeah, and they tried that.
Well, yeah.
They tried
that. They did with
3 times. They tried that with Arenado. They tried it with Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt only won the MVP. I mean, what more do you want from him? You know, Arenado's tenure, I don't know if you say it's a disappointment, but it's not what it was in Colorado.
But is he a big bopper?
But yeah, he was a 35 home run guy before he got here. But, you know, newsflash, nobody is what they were in Colorado when they go anywhere else. So it just is what it is. And then, you know, and then got Contreras, and he was supposed to be the third part of that, but it just hasn't yielded out. My thing consistently has been the teams that you look at the top of baseball, either they're developing arms or they're paying for them or they're getting both. The Cardinals paid for Sonny, but they haven't gotten returns on anything else they paid for. Steven Matz is a middle reliever that you gave $15 million a year to. You got Miles that you extended who hasn't lived up.
What's he making, 18?
Yeah, he's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And you've got Fedde is doing what he is. But then also, you haven't really produced an arm that's come out of the system that's homegrown, price controllable, that's done anything. So you can't lose on both fronts with pitching. You just can't. That's how it is.
Man. And Jordan Walker's that's been tough too. There's your big bopper right there.
Well, it's supposed to be, but he's also a kid that you can't hedge your guarantees on somebody that's never done it before too. So he's supposed to become that guy, you know. But I mean, you know, I mean, look at alternative realities. I mean, you built your franchise around Oscar Tavares probably being the guy by now, and he's gone. You know, I mean, unfortunately, but I mean, there's just a lot of things that have happened, and I think that you put all of this together, you make a little cocktail. That's what the Cardinals fans are upset about.
Do you think more fans would show up, even if they were 500, if you had a monster in there that's hitting 40 home runs?
Well, yeah, that'd probably be somebody that drove attention to the team that people would want to see. Even when here's the biggest lie that I think I can remember being told about the Cardinals in my time, at least, is that when Mark McGwire was hitting all those home runs, that the Cardinals were a great product to watch. They weren't. He was a great product to watch. They were not good. They were a third place team that was way down there because that roster had problems. But Mark McGwire was the greatest distraction in the history of St. Louis Cardinals baseball from bad baseball being played around him. If you drop 1998 Mark McGwire on this team right now, you'd have 40,000 people in there just to see him.
Gosh. Do you think they sold out more in that?
Absolutely.
So that's number one as far as sellouts and attendance was probably 98. I'm curious to know, like, what other
old Busch was bigger than the new Busch, so I mean, you were putting more people in there. Yeah, you had all the seats. Well, when they put the scoreboard in the outfield, that took away a lot of them. But I mean, those old bowl stadiums were huge.
Yeah, because nothing else
you
going
could
on.
put 60,000 people in those things. It felt like a standing room and all of that. I mean, I wonder
what year in the past since 90 they had the most attendance. 98.
I mean, they were top 5 in attendance until COVID or maybe the year after.
Yeah,
like I mean, attendance has never been an issue in St. Louis. So I mean, I look at that. I mean, and that's the last time they weren't great. They were okay in the early 2000s. They were building back up. But I mean, you know, when Pujols got here, and then they started taking off with Edmonds and all those guys, they really went to another level. They stayed at for like 15 years. Here's the thing, though: a lot of those folks that were kids at that era, now they're adults, and they've never seen the Cardinals be like this before. Kids that are probably about 10, 15 years younger than us. I remember when the Cardinals weren't good in the early 90s, after the 80s, when the Bushes were selling the team. I've seen the Cardinals be bad before. Stuck around then. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
The history tells you that this organization will be fine.
But they've always had like a monster.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, like 94, like,
okay, we're going back a long time.
Greg Jeffries was the all-star for the team. Greg Jeffries.
Okay, then when did they get McGwire?
96.
Okay, that went to
97.
When did he leave?
2001.
When did Albert show
2000.
up? Okay.
2000.
You've had
McGwire left.
You've had a monster in the lineup for
and until you had a very, very good team after Albert left.
Yeah.
You had a lot of guys, but you know what happened with those teams? Guys came up from the minors and performed.
What year was that? When did Albert leave?
Albert left in 2011.
Was his last
Was
year.
it 11? Yeah, I thought
okay.
So. But I mean, the Cardinals were in the World Series again right after that. You know, 2 years later, Cardinals are back in the World Series and all of that. But the thing about it is that guys came up around both of those teams and performed. You know, that's when you had Matt Carpenter coming up. That's when you had Alan Craig, you had Freese, you had all these guys that were coming up. You had the younger guys like Watka and Shelby Miller and Rosenthal. The system was pushing people up. So when the Cardinals came out last year and said, we have to grow the minor league system again, that's the thing that's not the exciting thing to hear. But the thing Cardinals have always had is a strong minor league system, and they've fallen behind. So whether it's about not keeping up with analytics, whether it's not scouting aggressively enough internationally, they've gotten passed up. But you got to spend money to compete down there too. So it's the longer play. The Cardinals will never be a franchise that competes with the top spenders. It's just not there. But they should be a franchise that is producing as much, if not more, talent than anybody.
Let's see here. Get him in, by the way, 590-3770. Were you going to say something, Eli?
Yeah, I have a trivia question for you. We're talking about attendance numbers throughout the years at Busch Stadium. I do have it pulled up. This is going to Baseball Almanac. What do you think was the highest attended year in St. Louis Major League Baseball history? This is
regardless of ballpark.
Regardless of ballpark.
1998.
Oh, we have 1998. Do we have any?
I don't know. 06.
Cam closest to the pin. 2007. It's not particularly close. 48.8 thousand per game, then 3.5 million over the course of the year.
That would actually, I should have said 2007. Right after you win, you're going to have a you're going to have a huge uptick.
The worst year of recent memory before 2024 was actually 2011 was the last time they were under 40,000 before last year. It was under 40,000 per game. Other than that,
what about the 90s? Well, I guess
the 90s before McGuire gets there in 96, 97 is a little over 32,000. It's 39,000 in 98, and it's 40,000 for a couple of years, and then it's in the high 37s and whatnot in the early 2000s.
In 1998, during the home run chase, is when the 3 million attendance number kicked in. So they ran that from 1998 to 2019. They did a minimum. 2003. They had an interruption. So in all the years in between there, they had 3 million in attendance each year through that point. They had 3.3 in 2002 and 3.3 in 2023.
Now I'm curious about the Blues. I wonder when they, over the years, had the best attendance. Probably, well, they got screwed over because of COVID next year. Sure, they were rocking and rolling after 2019, and then boom.
Yeah.
Man, that's brutal.
What do we think the Cardinals' attendance is going to be next year? If it's really, truly just about Mo and about the decisions are there, are people going to rally and say we're excited because there's a new guy?
I really do hope so.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, the way this team is performing right now, it ain't going to be Ollie that's gone. Why would he be gone after?
I don't know. I said that yesterday. I'm thinking like people are ragging on Ollie, and I'm like, what has he done? He's just doing what he's told. Has he made any crazy decisions from the bullpen?
I think that might be part of the problem with perception is that everybody feels like he just does what he's told. So who's actually managing the team? And I think from all accounts that I know and I've heard that Ollie is certainly managing the team.
Okay.
But I think that the way the Schilt thing ended never worked out well for him. You know, first time guy coming through the system as opposed to going out and bringing in another guy who's got a name. I mean, there's a lot of decisions that have been made in the last, 3 or 4 years that, don't shine well and why people can be upset about it. And I don't discredit the fact that people aren't happy with the product, especially after you lose, your 20 games under 500 2 years ago. I understand that. But to say that it's just a complete failure on all levels of the organization when there's still 2 games over 500 with this roster, which, got the minimum requirement all-stars. You don't have a single guy who's out there drawing anybody forward. There's nobody you really have to plan to pitch to in this lineup. Like you can kind of go straight at it and you're not going to go on the mound and deal with anybody that's going to be overwhelming night after night. To still have that team competitive, I think is a solid showing for the manager. So maybe it is more about, what are you putting on the field? But I just don't think I understand exactly if the ask for what they're supposed to be is realistic, because those teams from 10 and 15 years ago didn't happen overnight. And a lot of them came up through the system, and then you made the last adds that added to a strong core. So I just don't know what that looks like.
What team should have won the World Series that the Cardinals and they didn't?
What do you mean?
What was the best Cardinal team that didn't?
Oh, my dad always swears that the 04 team is the best team he's ever seen.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
Who'd they have in 04?
That was Roland and Edmonds and Pujols and all of that.
All those dudes.
That was when they
exciting.
lost to the Astros when Edmonds hit that bomb off of Clemens, and then also when Pujols hit the missile.
Yes.
That was 05.
That still was that 05?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. No.
The Red Sox.
05. No, I think it's 04. I think 04 was the team that shouldn't have won because they would have beat that White Sox team. They would have beat that White Sox team. Nobody was beating that Red Sox team that year. When they went on that on that heater against the Yankees, they weren't.
They had God with them.
Yeah,
baseball God.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about 04. 04 for me in my time is the World Series that got away.
What happened?
Well, I mean,
I forgot.
Was that the year that Roland got mowed down in the baselines by Alex Citron? And everything just started going left in the
Did a pitcher give up a bomb? Somebody just get lit up.
Go back and pull that apart. But I do know that team was better than that White Sox team that beat the Astros in the World Series. I know that for a fact. The Cardinals would have won that World Series.
What was their pitching like in 04?
Solid. I mean, it was just all. That was when, again, it goes into the point around what they were bringing up and who was on the team. That team had a lot of guys that you'd went out and added in. That was Renteria. You had Matheny, you had Pujols, you had Reggie Sanders, Jim Edmonds, but those were veteran Tony Womack, but those were veteran guys that they got on that amplified. I mean, you had Larry Walker was on that team.
Oh, man.
These were vets that they did. But you know what? They had a lot of guys in that staff that were ready to go. Matt Morris, Woody Williams came into the mix there, Chris Carpenter. I mean, you had a lot of guys that were getting it done. That team is way different than what this team is. But where the Cardinals went wrong is they've kind of tried to do that again. That's what the kind of guy Steven Matz was supposed to be coming over. That's kind of the guy that, you would want Sonny to be, a guy that is heading up a rotation like that. They've just not landed on any of these picks. The big difference is now pitching costs a hell of a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Than it did back then, too.
Big time.
What do you do?
What do you think Paul Skeens is going to sign for whenever he's up? What do you think?
A number we will never reach combined. I feel like.
God.
What if they traded him and he's at peak performance? What would somebody have to give up to get him?
Think about the Soto deal. They gave up basically the entire team that the Nationals are building around.
Who would you rather have?
Between who?
Skeens or Soto?
Soto.
Does more.
Plays more often.
Yeah. Has more impact.
Yeah, I would certainly
on a day-to-day basis. Also, it was 2002 was the Roland injury year.
Okay.
In the DS, it was the year they got him from Philadelphia.
Okay.
Scotty Rowland. Cam, have you seen this? Are you participating in any of these? Was thinking about signing up for one. Thoughts? What is it? Celebrity Shinny League. Oh.
Are you clicking on links again?
Yeah, no, this is a real one. I guess there's a Shinny League and then some of the alumni skate too. Hell yeah, that'd be cool. NHL arenas, NHL celebrities, and you pickup game at the SAP Center, all skill levels. Owen Nolan and wow, the Wendell Clark and Doug Gilmore for Toronto. Chicago, Chelios versus Roenick. Wow, that's pretty cool. Team Parrish versus Team Madonna, Minnesota. We were just talking about that. New Jersey, you got Ken Danica. What is going on with this? A Shinny League. Cool. Yeah, man, I'd do that. Absolutely.
Sonny, I looked it up. Sonny's the 9th highest paid pitcher in baseball this year, and he's going to get a raise next year.
Where does so what is he making?
29.
He's making 29, Schmilly?
This year. 25, I'm sorry. 25.
Yeah. Where's Halsey rank as far as closers?
I think yesterday Rock said he was like 7th or 8th.
Okay.
It sounded like somewhere down there. Yeah.
Yeah, I looked up the Michaelis number earlier, 17.6 for Michaelis.
That sounds right.
It's a lot of money, man.
So, I mean, when you look at that, you've got Matz is at 15. He's at 17.6. I mean, it really depends on, here's the decision you got to make. Do you put both of those together and then try to go get one big dog to go next to Sonny, or do you try to, again, go back into the whip and try to find somebody that's worth that's more of a middle class type guy and add 2 guys to your rotation? How do you handle it?
I don't know.
There's no easy path forward there, but it's going to cost you to get into the big bidding for a pitcher, for a frontline pitcher in Major League Baseball. You're going to be paying 30 at least.
Fans are tired of being patient. Front office keeps telling the fans one thing and keeps seeing the opposite. And also BD the third comments about fans and not sit well. Oh yeah, that is true.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that is true. That's a good point. He's usually not like that. I forgot exactly what he said, but it kind of like mocked, like, what do you, it wasn't good. I remember that. It blew up. Everybody was talking about it. Fans were like, what are you doing? And of course, Mo kind of has that, talks down to you a little bit like you're stupid. Army doesn't do that. There's a big difference. Everybody sees that. It is what it is. You compare the two in this town, and one seems like they're talking more down to you, and the other one's trying to get everybody going. And I don't know.
I don't know if Chaim Bloom fixes all of that.
I don't. Listen, last year, Jimmy, they're down in training camp, or in what is it called again? I call it training camp.
Spring training.
My bad. Jeez Louise. Down in Florida, and Jimmy he's talking to us on a phone, and he's literally running around interviewing people while they're like getting out of their car to walk in there. And he runs over to Chaim Bloom and goes, "Hi, get over here." And Chaim's like, "No, I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to do it." And like begged him, like, went over there, put the camera right in his face, put the phone right in his face, and actually got a quote from him. And it was like the most uncomfortable thing ever. And I've never heard him speak ever since. Have you heard him?
Shouldn't talk yet.
I know.
If there's anybody that shouldn't be talking, it's the future GM of the team.
I agree.
Well, before he's in the seat.
I would say, yeah, but people still want to get to know who the future GM is.
You know what
right?
I think? You know what?
Steelers had to do a couple interviews just so people know, although they already know who he is from being a player, but still.
Yeah.
You know what I think would help the Cardinals in general? I think that this is, in my opinion, probably the least connective and personality-based team I've ever seen the Cardinals have. There's nobody here that I feel like is really like connected with the fan base either. So there's nothing you're really identifying with on the team outside of the jersey and the hat. Because, I mean, Yachty carried that torch for so long as being the guy.
Is he ever going to be around anything?
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about him taking over? What happened to
It's
that?
basketball season still.
We were talking about that on the afternoon show. He seems content doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah, he's
down in
okay.
Puerto Rico.
He's okay. But the other thing is, we were talking earlier about Hully. We were talking about Ozzie. I mean, when did the Cardinals not have a guy that you connected with on the roster too? So, I mean, coming up, you had Ozzie. Willie came back. You had McGuire. Then you moved into Pujols, who,
monsters.
Just what he did made him
Carpenter,
be connected. Yachty's
old,
right?
Yeah,
Jim Edmonds.
Yep.
You had all these guys. You had
Monsters.
Freezer, who became, just a hero to the city, and it still is.
Yep.
Who's that guy now?
That's what I've been asking you. I was thinking it's going to be a Jordan Walker.
You got to produce, but
he's 6'7", 240 pounds, athletic.
All those guys produce.
You were expecting him to produce a little bit and be.
By now,
I remember you were talking about this a couple years ago, and I'm like, this is the guy going to be the guy, and rightfully so. Look at him; he's a man. That's the big bopper.
Yeah.
I wouldn't coming up there,
but
like
here's the
Parkman
thing.
and shake his ass
and
bomb one out.
My point is that there's a lot of guys that hit home runs, but I'm talking about personality.
Yeah,
I'm talking about who do you connect with? You can hit all the home runs in the world if nobody knows who you are. I mean, Pedro Guerrero hit a bunch of home runs. What's his legacy? Jack Clark hit a bunch of home runs. I mean, he had some moments.
I remember his name.
But you remember his name. But I'm saying there needs to be personality on the team right now, and there isn't any.
Because it's safe. It's a safe thing to do now.
Yeah.
It's a safe thing to be
Who's the most
quiet
popular
and hide.
athlete in St. Louis? And does that athlete play in St.
Jordan
Louis?
Bennington's up there probably.
I was going to say Benner's probably.
And dude, he got a lot of attention from, right now, probably Jordan Bennington.
There you go.
Oh, I know.
Stack that up to some previous eras.
He's cooled down a bit.
Stack that
on his personality, if you catch my drift.
Stack that up to when you had Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt and Marshall Falk running around the city at the same time as Pujols and Edmonds and all these guys, and Yachty and all these guys.
And
you're at a down. You're at a down. There's no personality in the city right now. And I think that all of the most notable athletes that are from St. Louis are playing other places. Everybody knows who Jason Tatum is.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows what the Chuck boys are doing.
Oh, God.
Everybody knows what's going on.
You can't get away from them.
All the guys from St. Louis except for the ones that are in it.
Interesting. Yeah, man.
Is what it is. Those boys are also winning, too.
They're winning. They're loud. And they do have Tatum's not a big personality, I would say. He's
popular.
He's awesome.
Oh, hell.
Because he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Matthew and Brady.
he's a GD U.S. Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got all these guys. I don't know. It'd be nice for you to have one guy that starts to do what you're talking about, crushing it, being a big production guy,
a monster, man,
selling jerseys, doing the whole thing, or to just be somebody that you want to get behind from a personality standpoint. Give me one at least. Can't not have either one though.
Even at the beginning when Benner said a couple of those things that blew up. Everybody's like, this dude, whoa, has that happened yet with the Cardinal? You got a confident guy. Everybody's so humble. Donovan, most humble guy. Burley's humble. Yeah, Michaelis has a little bit of a personality, but I don't know. They don't. You're right.
Somebody on the YouTube chat, I believe it was Samuel here.
What's up, Sammy boy?
He talks about it a little bit. Contreras was kind of that way.
There it is.
But I don't know. He's going to bring that back a little bit. I also like
Contreras. You're right.
Contreras the other day.
You're right.
He stood up for McGreevy. He was like, hey, there's no reason for McGreevy to go back down. And so I think on the Cardinals, Contreras is your closest thing to what we've.
I
completely agree with that.
I think they've got guys that are good clubhouse personalities. I think Arenado's a super competitor that goes after and is the kind of guy that people get behind, but you never hear him say anything.
Dude. He hates it.
He never says
Jim tries to interview him afterwards.
He wants to be
pulling
done.
teeth.
He wants to be done with it. I think
because it's safe to be that way.
Contreras,
it's easy to be
seen that. I mean, he's a World Series champ, in that place up north, and it's and he's a fiery competitor. He's the kind of guy that if you're winning, at the way that you're used to winning here, he's the kind of guy you remember, but it's not happening. It's not translating to like what I would say jersey sales and people being like, yo, that's the guy right there.
Do you see Contreras jerseys when you go there?
You kind of see
I do.
You kind of see it.
I do.
You don't see it like you would see some ones in the past.
What do you think the top 5 jerseys, if you went to Busch Stadium right now, the next game, what would the top 5 jerseys be still? Is Ozzy still?
Albert Pujols, Stan Musial,
Waino. I don't see Musial.
Yachty,
I don't see Musial as much as I see Waino and Yachty. No way in hell.
Waino in some order, easily top 3.
Yeah, Ozzy's still up there. Waino. I see Ozzy all over the place.
I'm tripping up because we're naming a lot of people at once. Ozzy, Pujols, Waino, Molina. And I see Stans. I see.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I see Freeze.
Yeah, you see some of those. But I mean, the other team.
Are we missing one? Edmonds.
I saw a bunch of Mets jerseys at one game I was at this year.
Yeah, you saw a lot of. No, what was it one? God, somebody came here and it was. It was the Royals when they were in. Saw a ton of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to break and regroup. Get them in, by the way, 590-3770. Or you can chat on YouTube. Go to Lou Info on YouTube. I'm waving you guys right now. What's up, everybody? Let's go. Chime in. I'll get to all you guys. We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Hats off to family fun on Sunday, July 27th, when the Birds host the Padres. That day, 20,000 fans, 16 and older, will get a City Connect throw pad courtesy of Quick Trip. And thanks to Haichu, 10,000 kids ages 15 and under will take home a Cardinals hat with custom charms. Upgrade your and your kiddos' game gear. Snag your tickets today at cardinals.com/promotion.
This is Alec Burleson, St. Louis Cardinals, for the Lou.
Summer in St. Louis means one thing: Cardinals baseball. It's more than a game. It's an STL tradition. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the boom of the fireworks. It's the soundtrack to summer for Cardinals Nation. So grab your cap and glove and take your spot in the stands, because in St. Louis, baseball is more than a melody. It's our favorite song.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. There are questions about Samuel Hayes' death inside the City Justice Center on July 19th. He died strapped to a restraint chair. Autopsy results are pending. City leaders are facing scrutiny over how detainees are being treated behind bars. Hayes was a few weeks away from a murder trial related to the death of Brian Boyle in April 2024. The investigation is continuing. An 11-year-old was shot and critically hurt Monday afternoon in Cahokia Heights, Illinois. The child was rushed to a hospital and remains in critical condition. Cahokia Heights police requested help from the Major Case Squad command post in St. Louis, and they welcome tips as the investigation continues. A new reality series called Spaghetti Wars was shot in the Hill neighborhood of St. Louis last fall. That's making its debut this weekend at the High Point Theater. The show focuses on two family teams pitted against each other in a cooking challenge for $100,000. Excessive heat is in store today as a heat dome envelops much of Missouri. Heat indexes could reach 110. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. Really take it easy today and tomorrow in this heat and humidity. We have an extreme heat warning in effect until 7 p.m. Thursday evening. Sunshine today. We're headed for the upper 90s. Our heat index as high as 110. Overnight it'll be clear, upper 70s, about the same for Thursday. Sunny and very hot and very humid. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Fenton Bar and Grill, home of the best trash wings in the St. Louis area and the best servers in town. Fenton Bar and Grill is located on Rudder Road in Fenton, just minutes away from the soccer park. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., so anytime is a good time to enjoy Fenton Bar and Grill. While you're there, say hi to Chuck, the 2024 Mater D of the Year. And know you'll always be around people that love sports. It's a guaranteed great time at Fenton Bar and Grill. Learn more at fentonbarandgrill.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown and Crouppen. We'll walk you through it.
Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown & Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown & Crouppen now.
This hour of content on the Lou Information Station is brought to you by Grandpa Pigeons, Johnny Mac's Sporting Goods, and Becky's Carpet and Tile Superstore.
Hey, see that, kids? That's the St. Louis Arch, the gateway to the West.
The Lou Information Station, where we'll always call it Highway 40 or Highway 40 if you're a boomer.
The St. Louis expression?
Stream our content 24/7 at louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station. Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
These two men here, are they with you?
On the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Yeah, baby, let's go. 9:45 on a Wednesday. Hot Take Central 2.0 coming at you. Chime in if you want. 590-3770. We're live on YouTube, by the way. Lou Info. What's up? We got Eli Hoover, got Matty Whitener. We're doing our thing. We didn't even bring this. I mean, I guess we did bring it up a little bit. But Ozzy Osbourne, man.
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne died at 76.
76. Just did that last show, last week?
Just last show. And he probably should have hung him up a long time ago. But man, I'm surprised he lasted this long, you know?
I mean,
Sharon really helped him out, his wife, that they got married when he was, I think, 31. So he was young. She kind of straightened him out a little bit, although he was doing hardcore, heavy drugs, heavy drinking.
Did anybody have a harder 20s?
He was really hard on himself, man. And
to get 50 more years after that.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it. And but he did, and he had some doozies. You want to let him in, by the way? Oh, he's got it. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, wait, yeah, there it is. But yeah, he's got some awesome songs, man. I really got into Ozzy. He's got some crazy stories. You know, if you watched the Motley Crue movie, read any of their books, they talk about Ozzy touring with them too. And he was just wild, man, would be on the side of a pool partying with the crew, and then all of a sudden, like a popsicle stick would be on the ground with a line of ants going to it, and you go there and snort it. Blah! Snort a bunch of ants. Like I would hate to be around him at that time. Like you would want to kill him.
Yeah.
You know, you'd want to kill him. You'd be like, "What? You're too much." But yet he's making you money, and you need to control him because one guy could screw you right over if you're in a band, just like anything. And you just trying to control him was bizarro land. But they, like all those bands, somebody always dies, man. And this was a crazy story. Randy Rhoads, who was an unbelievable guitar player, he had a lot of hits, man, like Mr. Crowley and all them. Like he was fantastic guitar player. He had a really weird death, dude. Let's see. Ozzy Osbourne was sleeping on a tour bus when Randy Rhoads died in a plane crash. The crash occurred near a mansion in Leesburg, Florida, where the band was staying before a concert in Orlando. The plane, piloted by the tour bus driver, attempted to buzz the bus and clipping it and crashing into a nearby building. The video, it's unbelievable. So this guy that drove the tour bus, I guess, knew how to fly a plane. They're all coked out of their minds and drunk. And Randy Rhoads gets in that plane, that little Cessna plane with a coked out tour bus driver on a random plane, and then they fly around and they try to buzz the tour bus where Ozzy's trying to get some sleep. He hadn't slept in 10 days, and you clip it and you blow up. What?
No.
Isn't that weird?
I mean,
isn't that the weirdest thing ever?
How
does that work?
How do you
get a plane?
Yeah. That was my question. How do you even come across that in the first place?
I think this guy was really wealthy, and he's like, guys, you could park your tour bus in my mansion, and then you guys could do your thing tomorrow. And by the way, I got a plane. Oh, you're a pilot? Fly my plane with your lead guitar player.
I mean,
what is that?
Those guys that were rocking in the 70s and the 80s were. I don't know if there's a group of people that just went harder than the folks that were like the hardcore heavy metal.
I agree.
Death metal, rocks guys in the 70s and 80s, especially the 70s, like the early front half of the 80s.
Ooh, even in the 90s.
I mean,
too.
even the 90s. Yeah,
those guys were doing heroin in the 90s. That's where heroin came around, baby. You know, like, man, Pantera partied harder than anybody.
Guys in the NBA in the 70s were really out of order, too.
They were doing a lot of blow.
Oh, baby.
Doing a lot of blow.
There are a lot of guys that blew their way out the
Hockey players are doing blow in the 80s too, man.
Hell yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Ask Bob Probert.
Oh.
You know, he got dinged up in Windsor.
Well, I mean,
with a lot of blow on him in his crotch. I go, he's partying. He'd hit it in his crotch, and they're like, nope.
That's not going to work. So
they looked at his face. He looks like freaking baby powder everywhere. Like I mean,
looks
can you imagine?
Looks like the Joker, basically.
Oh, I'm good. Like they're probably like, whoa. Like, okay. Well, we're gonna have to search you, sir.
Yeah,
you know,
you've left us with no
choice.
But
man, oh man, I don't know. Yeah. Let's see here. When is an all-star shortstop? Herrera can be an all-star bat if he could stay healthy. Where's the all-star pitching? And we need a couple of bats. Samuel.
I agree with that. Where the Cardinals are soft at is up the middle. You gotta any team that's worth anything has got a super strong shortstop. Now I'm not gonna bag on Mason Wynn. I think he's got a lot of potential, a lot of talent, and is gonna be good for a while here. But I mean, it's just it takes time. I mean, he's got to develop, he's got to get where he's got to get. You've got an all-star second baseman, but I look at Donovan as kind of also being a guy you can put wherever. Like, that's it. I mean, if Victor Scott becomes a real guy and can get on base, more frequently, that helps. But they got to figure the catcher thing out, though, too, because it ain't Herrera. They've already made that clear. He can't be behind the plate. So, I mean, like, who's going to be your guy? It would be hilarious for Pozo to end up being the guy and then being somebody long-term.
He always hits, man.
But what the Cardinals do have, again, in the spirit of rebuilding, they've got 3 what could be stud catchers in the system right now. But, it's going to take time. It just is.
You see, I know this is complete 180. You see that Ben Askren got released from the hospital?
I didn't know that he got released.
Yeah.
I saw everything.
He did a little video.
Wow.
Did a little video like saying he's out and stuff like that. Man,
that's another stud.
I felt bad for him, man.
No,
I don't know what the hell that was all about, but he looks terrible.
Yeah.
Like a skeleton.
At this point, it's just
like he got cancer, but he didn't.
Yeah.
It was like a lung thing.
Yeah, it's like he got.
I don't think it was cancer, was it?
I don't know, but I saw the picture of him from the bed, and I was just like, oh my God.
Man, oh man. Let's see. How about that Georgia commit, Chase? Is it Calicut? 4-star?
I don't know about this one.
Oh, he gets arrested because Georgia. Oh, yeah. Football player. Yeah. Why does it always happen there? Is that I
think they've got to have at least three a season.
I think. But this was this wasn't like, he got pulled over, had a little weed on him or anything. No, like he was having he was going crazy. Somebody kind of cut him off, him and his buddy maybe. And he was having a road rage with him and really trying to speed up in front of him. Then takes a gun out and points it, and the guy turns around and leaves. And he starts shooting the back of the car. Whoa!
What are we doing? Like, what are we doing, Georgia? I mean,
what is that?
It's an every year. First of all, Georgia.
I mean, at what point? Like, I understand they're winning cures everything. But at what point, if you're the Georgia athletic director, do you sit down with Kirby Smart like, hey? Get your camp in order here, because it's starting to make us look bad.
That's
Kirby,
not just
Kirby looks back at you and says, "You like the paycheck?
Yeah, exactly.
You like how things are going for you right now? Let me do what I'm doing."
But that is the craziest team was that Florida team, right? With Hernandez and who else was on that team?
We were talking about before we went on air,
yeah. That's going to be a tough one to beat.
That's a tough one to beat.
Pouncey's, Cam Newton stealing laptops,
and then you had
Riley Cooper.
I can't. What happened to him after that tirade at the concert? Remember he
didn't get to work a lot more after that.
He's retired and all that.
Yeah,
that happened a long time ago.
Yeah,
I thought he played again though.
He might have played again. But
I think he got like a training camp invite somewhere, but he didn't.
It's going to be tough.
Oh, really?
It's going to be tough to walk in the NFL locker room after that. It's going to be real tough. Then them big boys on the line walk over to you like, what you
whoa,
what were you talking about? Or you out there catching passes and practicing those safeties coming over the top?
Whoa. Oh yeah. You want to get got.
I'll take the fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't have that.
Man, oh man.
And meanwhile, Tim Tebow's the quarterback.
Yeah. He's probably a lovely human being. But actually he is probably a lovely human. I just
who would you rather have quarterbacking your team? Tim Tebow or Deshaun Watson?
Tim Tebow. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Those are your only
That's your boy.
Those are your only
We should play that drop of Matty. Would you
one?
see? Oh, you had something about Deshaun Watson. He's man of the people. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson's a man of the people.
He's a man of the people.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, let's see. This show needs another hour like the old days. I think 2 hours is fine.
I'm doing good with the 2.
I think 2 hours is
I
fine.
like the wake up time for this show compared to the last one.
I'm gonna stay in Blake Ahorn's here. Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Ahern, yeah.
Ahern, yeah. And Joe Fresca. And I'm gonna hang out with those guys on their show for an hour, and then I'm gonna go meet with Andy and do 2.5 hours with
Blake
him.
Ahern just met, right?
He just met?
Yeah. I think so.
Big boy. I don't think I've ever met him.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me check that out. Let me see if we crossed over.
How do you spell that? Let's see.
Yeah, I got it right here. It's cool. This is awful radio.
Terrible radio. Sorry about that.
He's 2007 out of Missouri State. When was he at DeSmet? Yeah, we might have crossed over.
Yeah, I went to DeSmet and Clayton High School. Be cool to be an assistant coach. You know?
Did you see the assistant coach that got thrown out of the summer league game the other day?
No, what happened?
Assistant coach is chirping. He gets thrown out the summer league game for the Toronto Raptors, walks across the court and shakes everybody's hand on the other team before he leaves. Like, all right,
you watch
dude.
that?
That is peak summer league stuff.
I watched like when they had the 1 versus 2 pick. So I watched when Cooper Flagg played against
How did he
Harper.
look?
He looked great.
Did he look good? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
he
wait,
looked
wait.
great.
Did he look great?
No, he looked great the game I played. He was doing everything.
Athletic, jumping, doing, cruising.
Everything.
So he's going to be a stud.
Yeah, I think he'll be a stud. I think that.
Who do they compare
I'm
him
not saying
to?
he's coming in. Well, it's still okay. So
Who do they compare him to?
Here's the problem.
Like, who are you going to compare?
When you start comparing white NBA players, you always have to compare them to another white NBA player. I don't know.
Who do you
His
compare
game,
him to?
He does a lot of different things. It's kind of. I don't know what he's going to look like in the NBA yet because at Duke, he just was everywhere. I don't think he's going to be everywhere like that in the NBA, but I think he will be. That team's a little beat up, so he's going to have to be a lot in a hurry. But I don't know. I'm interested to see how he defends against NBA swingmen like that. I don't know. I don't know who exactly I would give him next to. Maybe like a less athletic Paul George, maybe right now. I don't know.
Well, being in Dallas, he is not going to escape the one comparison.
He ain't either one of those guys. I'll tell you what, that much.
But unfortunately, that is going to be the discussion around him for the first couple
you know
years,
what?
at
You know
least.
what I think? Honestly, I think he's going to kind of be a little bit like Jason Tatum, I think.
Okay.
Kind of big guy that can bring the ball up.
Is he big?
Yeah, he's 6'8", 6'8"-ish or so. So, he'll kind of do a little bit of everything and see how it fits. They're going to have to put guys around him, not because that's his fault, but I just think his game isn't like, give me the ball and I'll carry us there. He's like, I'm going to do some of everything and pick everybody up.
Cool. Interesting.
Kind of like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You bring the show up, baby.
I try.
Oh, man. Well, we appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, man.
And I believe Jimmy's going to be back tomorrow. And I'm going to stick around for this show. It's a long radio day. It's going to be a long one.
It's a lot of time.
I don't know what Andy has in store for me today, too. So
Take some of that bare knuckle barbecue, put it on some of this Chick-fil-A over here.
Thank Rachel for bringing in the Chick-fil-A, or my stomach would have been like,
happy birthday,
I would be pissy
Rockio.
Cam. I don't want to be pissy Cam.
No,
I don't like that. I got to be happy Cam.
Yeah.
Happy Cam. That's
Yeah.
what I got to be.
That
Okay.
one.
Thanks, guys. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Hot Take Central 2.0.
All aboard!
There's a new way to travel, and it's one of the oldest